Hey guys, it's Rachel, and I wanted to talk about feeling like an inconvenience. This is something that I struggle with a lot. I feel guilty, I feel like I put people out or whatever, and I'm like, you know what? This wasn't a reality that I chose for myself. And that's something I have to remind myself of a lot, is that this is not my fault. This is something that I was given, and I'm just playing the hand I was dealt the best I can. So the first thing that I feel like an inconvenience about is my diet, and that is celiac disease. So no gluten, no wheat, no rye, no barley. And a lot of people, when I say gluten, they're like, so bread? And I'm like, it's a lot more than bread. But it's a good start, you know, because people know what gluten is then. They know that flour equals bad. But people don't realize that wheat is the main part of gluten, but rye and barley are just as important, and they don't realize that that is beer, that is soy sauce, that is Worcestershire sauce, different kinds. There's just so many things that have gluten that I didn't know had gluten when I first started eating gluten-free. And I love educating people because they're like, whoa, that has gluten in it? And it's kind of fun because they don't realize that it does. And my husband was so sweet when we first started dating. We had a bonfire, and he thought, actually he was told by someone who was not educated on celiac disease, he was told that chocolate, marshmallows, and graham crackers have gluten. Graham crackers do, but chocolate and marshmallows don't. So he got gluten-free marshmallows and chocolate, and I'm like, okay. It tasted like crap though, and I genuinely hated the marshmallows because they were stiff. Marshmallows shouldn't be stiff, they're like fluffy air balls, you know, they shouldn't be stiff. But I really appreciated the effort, you know, and I still tease him about it because I thought it was so cute. The next one though is work. I feel like an inconvenience at work a lot. I go home sick and I call out and I wake up and I'm in too much pain to move. And that's not something any of my coworkers understand. I've talked to a lot of them about it. Yeah, they sympathize, but none of them deal with something the way I deal with it. And yeah, people have sick days and they have pain. But I haven't talked to anyone at my work that deals with what I deal with the really weird undiagnosed stuff. But I just hate feeling like people are judging me just because I don't feel well. I actually had one of my bosses talk to one of my other bosses and tell her that she's not making it up. She is actually sick. And he's like, really? Because he's so used to people calling out, going home sick, just because they can. Because if you have sick time, you can use it. No one's stopping you. They can't tell you no. But he's so used to people just abusing it that he didn't realize it was an actual problem. But after he was told that, I noticed he's looking at me differently. You know, he's looking at me like he believes me. I don't know how to explain it, and I've said this so many times and people are like, but I can't explain it. But it feels good to not be judged and to actually know that the people I'm talking to believe me. Because with any chronic illness, invisible illness, I don't feel seen. I don't feel like my problems are actually real because society tells me, you're making it up. You're just a little bit crazy. You need to go take a nap and you'll be just fine. Drink a little bit more water. I hear that helps a lot. And the last one about feeling like an inconvenience is your symptoms ruining a good day. This is something I worry about all the time when I make plans. I'm going on vacation next week and I will be gone from home for 13 days. I'm so nervous. I can't even tell you. I'm really, really worried that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to feel like crap. I'm going to feel nauseous and pain and all the things. And I've been using CBD oil, which has been helping me a lot. And it's been making my symptoms very manageable, but they're still there. So I'm just really hoping that my symptoms will behave, but on days when they do ruin a good day, man, those are not good days. I mean, it really greatly depends on the company you keep, because some people are very understanding and others are not at all. Some other people are very judgy, and they're just like, come on, just walk it off, you're fine. When in reality, there's like 10 of that person, and you're just like, which one of you is real? I'm sure you guys can relate. And I had one day I was with my mom, my aunt, we were in Pennsylvania, and we were walking around, we were seeing the sights, we had just gone to the Mint, and it was so cool. And boy, did dehydration hit me fast. I was like, you know when your legs start feeling like they're jiggly, like they're not actually legs, like they're kind of like a Jello spaghetti combo, and you're like, walking is hard. You know, like, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And you just kind of start to feel like wobbly, kind of like you're on the ocean and you're like, whoa. I started feeling like that. My mouth was dry and I just felt sick. I felt physically ill. And my mom looked at me and she's like, you okay? And I was like, I need water. And she's like, okay, let's go get water. Because my mom, God bless her, I swear she's a human saint. I've met a very few amount of people on this earth that relate to a saint the way that my mom does. And she just drops everything. If it means the well-being of someone in her circle of people, oh my goodness, she would like run across the earth if you needed a special kind of water. She'll come back in like a minute. I swear, she's superhuman. My mom grabbed my aunt. We went up the street to the first restaurant we found. We were hungry anyway, so it was like, we'll go get lunch and we'll get some water. And I think I drank like 2 cups of water right there before we even got the food. But in that situation, I did feel like an inconvenience because we went to lunch earlier than planned. We had to leave the Mint early. It wasn't the best, but at the end of the day, no one made me feel guilty. It's not something I could control, and quite frankly, I was trying to avoid a hospital visit. So to me, it was kind of like, okay, leave the Mint early or spend the whole day in the hospital. Which one would I want more? Anyway, those are the 3 that I have found to be the most common with me personally feeling like an inconvenience. And that's why I wanted to talk about them, because I think those are probably the most common occurrences of feeling like an inconvenience and feeling guilty and wondering all kinds of things that are quite honestly unfair to us to wonder. And the last thing I wanted to say was, don't pretend you're fine for someone else's comfort. It's not your fault, it's not their fault. You have every right to say how you feel, and if it makes someone feel uncomfortable, then that's just too dang bad, because honestly, it's your reality and you get to deal with it, not them. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was relatable and easy to see the mental pictures. I like to paint mental pictures. And I really hope you guys are having a good day. And if you have any questions at all, my email will be in the description. And feel free to email me, feel free to comment, do all your cool YouTube things, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!